up, everybody? I'm Sal Klein. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reginald Steele.
Wow, he went with the Reginald.
Man,
oh, you kept it proper this morning.
Long pause there.
And I know, I was like, holy cow. No one calls me Reginald. I only get Reginald when I'm down
I'm bringing
south.
it back, baby.
And
Salvatore and Reginald. We'd probably have more
Yeah.
viewers and listeners if we called it podcast.
yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. I'm okay with Reginald. Let's bring
Salvatore
it back.
and Reginald. We sound like a goddamn
Yes.
I don't know, some kind of monarchy.
Reginald.
Sir Reginald. And Sir Salvatore.
Sir Reginald. Sir Reginald of the Round Table. That's where it's from. It's from England. Hey, and with that being said, welcome to Spitballin, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's do it. Sal and I were just talking. Which one we starting with, Sal? Where you want to go?
Well, I don't know. I say we get this one out of the way just because, it's like having diarrhea. I just want to get that knocked out. And that's Black MAGA. Well, it's MAGA in general, but this week we're going to specialize in Black MAGA.
Which is an oxymoron. It's the biggest oxymoron.
Well, I read this article this week and I sent it to Reggie, and then Reggie's like, no, hell. And it's funny because I had a friend. I'll just get kind of into this black couple who owns this Trump store in Christiansburg, Virginia.
I thought it was West Virginia, Christiansburg, West Virginia.
Well, I don't know. That's what the CNN.
Yeah, I mean, we got to differentiate that.
No, it's a black. Oh, Price. Yeah. Joanne Price is a black woman who runs a store selling pro-Trump merchandise in Christiansburg, Virginia. There you go.
Oh, okay. I thought it was West Virginia. All
She's 72. I mean, I think it's more not a black thing, it's an old thing. She's 72, wears black rimmed glasses and her gray hair swept back. She says, racism is a made-up word. I don't know what it is because it doesn't exist. If I don't accept it, it doesn't apply to me. By the register, she sells credit card-like objects, one of which says white privilege card. Yeah, dude, this shit is crazy.
Wow.
Man. And then who the fuck
talk
is
about
this
confused,
guy?
confused and dazed, or dazed and confused.
Yeah. So then Sabrina Vanoy.
Hold up. Before you go on, in this particular video, she talks about, and the guy that she's with, an older black man, they talk about how they've gotten out of trouble by flashing their white privilege card.
Yes.
With the police being stopped. Right.
The one guy says, yeah, when you give it to a state trooper, he'll let you go, won't write a ticket. So this is Sabrina Vanoy. He's an older black gentleman, head to toe camo print outfit with Trump was right and 3 Christian crosses printed on the chest. I don't know. They're in for former Trump and his reelection. They know it's unusual to be black in support of Trump's Make America Great. The Republican Democratic campaigns are trying to shore up and gain support. I don't know, dude. This guy's a former chairperson of Montgomery County GOP, or she is. This is funny. She didn't mind Trump's assertion that black people would relate to him because he was a convicted felon. I did prison ministries for 5 years. If you're a convicted felon and then somebody else is a convicted felon, there's a camaraderie there. She blames Biden for black incarceration. No way.
I'm honestly, man, let me just go ahead and throw this out here.
Hold on.
I'm at the point now where when I see people like this who have these types of views and that level of ignorance or unawareness, I'm starting to just straight up look at it as a mental ill. Like they are, I feel like they're mentally ill. I feel like they lack the ability to really discern, right, any information that's accurate or inaccurate, right? It's like there's a lack of ability to critically think. To be a black person in Virginia, which was a part of the South, where slavery existed, right, where people of color have been killed in a number of different ways over the centuries and years and whatever else, to sell a card called the white privilege card, right? And to associate yourself or support a guy who has done nothing. In fact, has done everything he can to keep people of color as far away from him as possible, right? To support that dude. But then I got to give the GOP credit, because what they did was they directly tied this dude to Jesus Christ, right? Like, you look at the videos and the pictures in the background, they have pictures on the walls where Jesus is walking and Trump is in front of him, and Jesus is like over his right shoulder walking with him. I'm like, what? How? How do you connect Jesus
Yeah. How would
and
Jesus
Trump?
want to be associated with such an asshole of a person? So this guy in the
Hold on. Let me just say this last part. They say in the Bible, it says the meek shall inherit the earth, right? This dude ain't meek, right? Like he doesn't embody
has been
any of
meek in
the
his whole
Christian
life.
values. Yeah,
No.
he doesn't embody any of the Christian values or views whatsoever. And if he does, it's only for his gain. And he was just
Yeah,
caught
I'm sick
recently
of them
saying,
entertaining it. It's just ridiculous.
yeah,
Even this
no,
article, why are they talking to these extreme nut jobs?
well, exactly. That they love to find them. But this is the other one. After the assassination attempt, um, he says, I think it was on the interview with Elon Musk on X, where he says, formerly Twitter, where he says, if I don't turn my head, I'm not here today. And after something like that, you got to believe in God. It strengthened. I mean, it strengthened my belief in God. I was like, hold up, did you just say that attempt made you believe in God?
Yeah.
Because all these other people out here, they've been thought you believed in God. So he had to walk it back. And he's like, well, it strengthens my belief in God. I'm like, yeah, right. What you said was accurate the first time. But
Yeah,
okay,
man,
go
he
ahead.
is full of shit. All right, so this guy, Vinoy, he said once Biden said he wouldn't drop out, he said his choice wasn't about race, but sex. Because of what happened in the Garden of Eden, there will never be an elected woman, whether she's black or
Well,
white, that would occupy the White House that God would ever stand behind. Wow. That was
okay,
where
hold
I
on.
was
Let me
like,
just
okay,
let's make this clear.
why are we interviewing these people?
Well, look, the moment they showed me the store, exactly. The moment they showed the store and there's Trump everywhere, right? They're selling bumper stickers, shirts, flags, whatever. But this dude, let's paint the picture for the audience. This is an older black man, shiny older black man, dark older black man. Like, he looked like he'd been through some stuff, as far as like his ass has been outside at some point in the sun baking. He's talking to a female reporter from CNN, and he goes, "I hope you don't take offense to this, but and you may, but I got to say it." And then he goes into this whole little comment about, what did he say? How did it start? He says, since what happened in the Garden of Eden.
Because of what happened in the Garden of Eden, there will never be an elected woman that would occupy the White House that God would ever stand behind. Jesus, dude.
Okay, so let me get this straight, bro. We're in 2024, and you're comparing something that happened in the Garden of Eden. You
This
trying
is
to say that,
insane, dude.
dude?
These
This
people
is what
are
I'm saying.
insane. I just saw, but here's the thing, folks. There's always stupid people. And I was watching this thing, it was from the 76 or whenever Alien came out, and they're interviewing people who brought their kids to the movie, which was rated R at the time. And like, do you feel bad
Oh
about
wait,
it?
Alien.
The
Talking about the
movie.
recent one, Alien Romulus, or
No,
the first
man,
Alien?
76,
Oh,
1976.
76. Okay, I missed
So
that part. Go
they're
ahead.
interviewing these people, and the one guy's like, "Yeah, I do regret bringing my kid," and he's kind of laughing about it. Then they interview this other guy, and he goes, "No, not at all. I mean, I think he needs to see something like this. I mean, this could be a true story. This could be happening one day, and so he needs to learn about it. So that's why I brought him." I'm like, "There's stupid people all the time. 50 years ago, they're stupid. They're 100 years ago, stupid. So."
Hey,
We
look.
give them a spotlight, dude, and the internet's helped them come together in this big wave of
Yeah.
stupidity we have to battle.
Well, man, stupid is a hard word for me to use for people because I really think about
Dumb
I think
fuck?
about where they're I think about their belief system. And I believe, what you say?
Dumb fuck?
That's funny. Um, Stupid is not a word I use, right? But I'm not, you say whatever you want to say. But for me, it's like, I look at these people, man, and like I said, it's like a form of mental illness to me. But it also, you got to take into account what their belief system is and how strongly they believe in something. These two people obviously have such a strong belief in Christianity and Jesus and God and faith and the Bible. These are people who take the Bible literally, right? The fact that he mentioned,
Doesn't make
what happened
sense.
in the Garden of Eden, right? That a snake spoke to a woman and convinced her to eat an apple from the tree of knowledge, and thus once she ate that, she became knowledgeable, and then she went to Adam and had him eat it, and then now they're now have knowledge, and they realize they're naked and they're ashamed and shy, and Jesus comes to the garden and they're covering up, and he's like, "Why do you cover up?" And they're like, "Because I'm like." The idea that they believe that this really happened and that event can have direct effect and consequences of what happens today, right? In 2024, you go, man, these people really they are all in, hook, line, and sinker in this belief system, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to say that they're stupid because maybe they're just surrounded by a bunch of people who have their same beliefs. So if you and I are both traveled, right? We both grew up in very conservative, small, closed-minded places, and we moved to a place where there's a lot more freedom of thought and freedom of expression and freedom to live. So, and we both had the wherewithal and the mind and the ability to leave the area that we were in because we
Right.
knew that there was something more, right? There are a lot of people, if you think about it, they're born in a place, they
Yeah.
live in a place, that same place, they go to school in that same place, they work in that same place, and they die in that same place. And they never have anything that challenges their thoughts, right? I mean, their
Right.
ideas. So it's hard for me to call them stupid as much as I call them
Ignorant?
uninformed,
Yeah, I mean,
uninformed,
you
right?
get gullible and you just
Well, hold
have
on, let me.
to, I
Oh,
don't
go
know,
ahead, go
man.
ahead.
Sometimes you got to be willing to, your mind's got to be able to grasp different concepts and stuff. And when you don't want to go outside the barriers in your mind or the
Right.
barriers in your own fucking hometown, then yeah, you feel that.
Yeah. Well, and think about how people are raised, right? Man, look, kids are raised to believe whatever their parents tell them. And if
Yeah,
the
but
parents,
so, I was
right,
raised kind of, but you got to have sometimes you got to be able to take that leap to take a step out of that comfort and figure out stuff on your own.
right. Hey, I'm with you, but just remember this: we ain't all the same.
No, but
We're similar, but we're different.
those are the
And
people I'm more interested in, and those are the people I relate
yeah,
with more.
that's what we do. We gravitate to those who are like us. The ones that are not, we leave them to the wayside. Look, there are people you grew up with side by side, went to school with, lived around the corner from, right? Played games with, hung out with, and at some point, based on who you are at your core, you went to the right, they went to the left, right? Or you kept
Mhm.
straight and they went backwards, right? So the idea that we're all the same in a lot of ways is not true, right? I remember being in elementary school and thinking, you just this idea that we're all the same. And then all of a sudden, you're taller than someone, you're bigger than someone, you're stronger than someone, or you're shorter than someone, or you're fatter than someone. You know what I mean? And you kind of go, maybe we're not all the same, even though we're in the same school, we're the same age, right? We both have parents, we look alike in some ways. Oh, but we different, right? Um, Let me share this with you. And I'll share this with everybody. This past week at work on Tuesday, we had a mental health crisis on the
Ooh,
boat.
ooh, what does that mean?
That means that this young lady who was dressed fairly well, looked kind of normal. Some of her actions were a little erratic, kind of make you raise an eyebrow, like, the hell is that about?
Give me an age. Give me
She
an age
tried,
around a guesstimate.
I'm gonna say late 20s. I'm gonna say somewhere around 20, 27, 28, 28. We'll go 28, 29, close to 30. Anywhere between 28 and 30. She comes up and she has, they offer you photos. So she had the little photo digital card And she goes, they're like, we need your ticket. She's like, I have a ticket. And they're like, no, we need the ticket to get on. She's like, I have a ticket. That was the first one. She's like, here's my ticket. And I say to her, I go, no, that's the ticket for the photo. You have to have a ticket to get on the boat. And she goes, well, where can I get a ticket? And she turns around to the people behind her. She goes, where's my ticket? And they're like, well, you know, what? She's like, where can I get a ticket? And we point her to the place where you can purchase a ticket. She walks over there. She doesn't get the ticket in time. She doesn't get on the boat. We leave. And the people that were behind her that she asked, I asked them, I say to them, is she with you? Like, should we wait for her? And they're like, no, we don't know her. Right. So they get on the boat.
Like, get us on the boat or get away from her.
We leave. They do. We leave. We come back an hour later. Everyone's getting off. And we had just had a security meeting that morning about making sure that the gates are closed immediately because it is a security breach, right? Based on the nature of the business and, you know, the world at large. The last person is walking off. One of my coworkers is walking up the ramp to go close the gate. She had been hanging around the whole time. As soon as no one was at the gate or the last person came out, she barrels down the ramp. She encounters my coworker. And he's like, hey, you know, we're not boarding yet. It's time. You can't come down. She's like, get out of my way. Right. She starts yelling at him. And he's like, wait, what are you? She's like, get the fuck out of his face. Right. And he's like, whoa, what's going on? My other coworker comes out like, hey, what's going on? She's like, get away from me. Get away from me. And she just barrels through him, comes on the boat, goes into the bathroom, use the restroom. At this point, I come downstairs. I see her because I saw her do the thing up top. I see her. When she comes out, I go, I'm sorry, you got to leave. And she's like, get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me. And then she goes and she sits down and I go, hey, I'm sorry. And I got video of this. She goes, I got it. I go, you got to go. She's like, no. Well, hold on. She goes, I got to go. No, I got to go. No, I got to go. You got to go. No, you got to go. No, ma'am, you need to leave. No. She goes, and this is where it gets good. She goes, get the fuck, I'm not listening to you. Get the fuck out of my face. You're gonna burn in hell. God is gonna burn you. He's gonna burn you to hell. He's gonna send you and you're gonna die. Like, and I go just like this. I go, okay, but I need you to leave. And she's like, get the fuck. And she flips the table and throws the chairs.
Oh my God. My
coworker comes up. Yeah, my coworker comes up and he says, don't even engage. Like, okay, so we call security. Security comes down. And she gets up and she tries to run into the bathroom. I said she went into the restroom. They go in, they get her, they pull her out, or she comes out and she's walking and they're like, you know, they're basically telling her, you got to go, man. And she's yelling at them, cursing at them, throwing, you know, epitaphs, you know, or God this and God that, and you're going to burn and die. And God is on my side and God empowers me and I have the power of the Lord and blah, blah, blah. And she hits one of the security guards. Boom. At that point, now we have the ability to restrain her because she's made contact. Before, they're just recording her.
Right.
She makes contact. The security, yo, man, when I say these dudes are trained and went into action, it was like, boom, 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 and she's on the ground. And hold up.
They put handcuffs on her?
Yep, hold up. They wrestle her to the ground. And she's fighting them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to a quick warning for our guests or listeners. You're about to hear something that may be disturbing for some listeners. But just to give you an idea of what she was experiencing as they were trying to restrain her. This is her being restrained by the security. But there's an ongoing investigation because we had to press charges and there's a whole thing. But point being, the security restrained her. Then they called the SFPD because at this point, in order for us to get her off the boat, they have to press charges. Like they got to take her into custody and she won't leave on her own. Right. So SFPD shows up. They're trying to talk to her. She's still irate. She's still throwing out a bunch of God stuff and telling them that they're going to burn in hell and God is on her side and God protects her and she has God and, you know, God. And then they say, okay, she's 5150, right? They declared her 5150. They called the EMTs. EMTs come and get her. And now they're not arresting her, but they're sending her to a mental health facility.
Did everyone else leave the boat at this time? Like, what's going on?
Everyone has gotten off.
Okay.
we had people lined up to get on. So we held them up. They didn't get on. She's on the boat creating a scene. And there was a point, man, where I have to admit, like watching her being restrained and watching her kick and fight, and these guys taking her arms and putting her behind her back and handcuffing her, and seeing her fight. And I mean, you at first you kind of feel like, yo, what the hell's going on with this lady? Like there's a part of you that feels almost attacked when someone's in your face telling you, fuck you, get the fuck out of my face. Like there's a part of you like, yo, who you talking to? But then you have to have that ability to go, oh, this is not rational or normal behavior, right?
Right.
I don't know this person. I've never seen this person a day in my life. And for them to attack me is not about me. Like this isn't personal. They're having a mental health crisis. So once I made that established that in my head, then my empathy and compassion came up. And watching her do, I'm standing there, like I felt so sad for her because I'm like, here's a young lady. She's walking out here. She got a mini skirt and a sweater and got a little purse and little boots. Like she looks like she's going out to have a great day. And she's either smoked some bad shit or something that was laced, or she's having a psychotic break and she's losing her shit, or she's I don't know. I want to say maybe she's schizophrenic and she doesn't have a medication. Like there was something that threw her into crisis mode, and she just went off. And I felt so much compassion. I was sitting there on the verge of crying because I felt bad for this lady. But EMT showed up and they walked her off, and it was interesting to experience because there are two things in life, right? There's who you are, and there's who you want to be, right? And if you ever want to judge a man about who he is, you don't judge a man in times of peace. You judge him in the time of war, right? Because when you are in a moment of crisis, or when shit hits the fan and things need to be done, what do? Right? Everyone talks about what they can do or what they will do when something happens, and then let that shit happen, and then you see who they really are, right? People talk about, I'll do this, and the shit happens and you can't find them, right? And so for me, I've always lived by that idea of like, if I say I'm somebody, when that time comes, then I'm gonna be that person. If I say I'm the person who can maintain his composure and can deal and think rationally in that moment, then that's who the fuck I am. And all these moments, whenever I have them, I always maintain. I always keep my cool and keep my head so that I can handle the situation, because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to say that I'm gonna be one person and do something else.
Did
I have
you
seen people in these moments, and it's interesting to watch those around you, right? Watch those around you. People get triggered, the anxiety comes out, and before you know it, you're saying to someone, hey man, she's mentally ill, bro. Like she's having a health crisis. This ain't about you. Right? Between the two of you, you're the sane one. You have got to get your shit together. So take a break, walk away, go do something else, compose yourself, and then come back and deal with what we got to deal with. Right?
right?
But it's interesting, man. It's interesting.
Did you go?
So yeah, but that God shit is real.
Did you go visit her in the psych ward after?
No, I don't know where she is. I would. I mean, I wouldn't go visit her because I don't know her like that. But I would call and be like, yo, what happened? Oh, but hold up though. We did find this out. I said it like this. I said she was on an asshole tour because apparently the police said that they had got calls about her the 2 previous days, or at least one day before, where she had hit a couple spots being loud, disruptive, disorderly, where the police were called. And in those situations, she never had access to the places. She was always outside. So they just shoot her off. So my perspective was this, is that it's an unfortunate event, but I'm glad that it happened the way it did, because the way it happened with us, it allowed her to be taken to a facility where she can get the help she needed. Because
hopefully,
if she doesn't get past the gate and and if she doesn't get past the gate, she's up there just acting a fool, then they just shoo her off. She goes somewhere else.
It's gonna happen again.
Hell,
eventually.
we've seen it's gonna happen again, and who knows? The next situation, you don't know how people are gonna respond, right?
Right.
We've seen people get killed who are mentally ill, that need mental health assistance and not necessarily police assistance. You know what I mean? So,
All right.
and San
So you were
Francisco,
talking about this Trump store, and my buddy Stefani was in Tennessee recently and sent me pictures of a Trump store that he saw there. And it's crazy as fuck. So here, I'll show you what he shared with me. There's the store.
the Trump store. This is hilarious. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. Okay.
Um, okay, so yeah, there's the Trump store. And then this is what it is when like you go inside. He went inside, took some
This just
pictures.
this just proves that he's a celebrity. He's not a
Yeah,
politician.
yeah, it's
Like
just
people
a
like him
cult.
because of his
I
celebrity,
like how they put Trump
right?
JFK Jr. What the fuck? That's unrelated.
Trump
Hell
JFK
no,
Jr.
Joe.
Where we all go. Hold up, where we go when we all go.
Wait, where we go
Where's
one,
that thing?
we go all. Where we go one, we go all. I don't know. They fucking
Ugh.
morons. They don't even make sense. They got a
Look
Trump
at this shit.
cardboard cutout, a flag,
They got
bunch of
guns.
stickers. Bunch of stickers.
Look at this. Hold up. Biden. There's a Biden sticker with guns that say fuck Biden.
Where's
It's
that?
a
Oh yeah.
damn shame.
Hell no,
Hell no,
Joe.
Joe.
We the people are pissed
Trump
off.
won.
Second Amendment, Christian soldier. Trump won. Fuck you. Why would you go
Dude.
into like just a fantasy world? It doesn't make sense to me. It's like to me, you are such a pussy to face reality.
Oh, dude, this is hilarious. Dude, look at that I mean, look at that flag with his face. Dude, he's like a little
His
celebrity. He's not
mugshot.
even a real person.
Gun rights matter. Good, Jesus Christ. So here's another picture of more of the stickers.
That's hilarious, man.
It's sad is what it really is. Oh my God, dude, there's so many.
Yeah, it's sad.
This shit is this looks like Psychoville. This looks like the cult.
Oh my God.
So here, let's zoom in. We'll start up at the top here.
What up? Biden sucks, Kamala blows.
Yeah.
Christian
Let's
conservative
see.
Republican.
I love Trump. He
Okay.
pisses off all the people I can't stand. Gun toting,
I'm
Bible
pro-pipeline.
quoting,
My
Trump
truck doesn't
loving
run
American.
on unicorn piss.
Oh wait, we got to pick the same ones. Let's start in the front.
What's this? American Outlaw? I
Where's
like guns
that?
and
What
maybe
shelf number?
3 people. Which one? Or which
Where are
one?
you at? See my little cursor here?
Yeah, I see it.
Follow that.
Take
I
that.
have too many
Stupid
guns,
mask
said no
off.
one ever. I'll take that stupid mask off. You're driving alone. Well, that one I kind of agree with. If you're driving by yourself, you don't need to wear a
Yeah.
mask.
I mean, some of them are kind of funny.
I could shit a better president. Well, I would have totally agreed with that in 2017.
Yeah.
Trump 2020, MAGA, gun toting, Bible quoting,
Dude.
Trump loving American.
What about the one, the shelf second from the bottom, right in the middle? I'm pro pipeline. My truck doesn't run on unicorn piss. That's kind of funny. I don't know about the pipeline shit, but I like the fact that my truck doesn't run on unicorn piss. It's actually funny.
1 out of
gun
3
rights
Biden
matter.
supporters are just as stupid as the other two. Wow.
Oh boy, this is
It
sad,
says
man.
coexist, and it's just a bunch of guns and a grenade.
Yeah, I see that.
It's so stupid. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
a Trump girl. Get over it. If this flag offends you, I will help
Trump
you.
drain the swamp.
Okay, so this is we got way more. Look at all these. Even my dog hates Biden. It's funny though, man. They weren't prepared for this Kamala shit. They gotta get their crap out quick.
I know. Exactly.
They were really hoping, and he's really pissed.
The court reigns supreme.
Yeah. Pissing on CNN. 1 amendment to protect them all. The second.
What about this one? Gun-free zones kill people. Gee, freedom is not free.
Which is none of this is accurate. It's all statistically inaccurate.
It's propaganda, man. It's propaganda, and it's
not,
fanboy
yeah, man.
shit.
It is fucking propaganda.
That's fanboy shit. That's fanboy shit. There's a lot of fans out there. They liked him on this TV show, and no one ever thinks that he became famous for saying you're fired, right? Like taking someone's job, right?
All right, well, let's move on from this douche. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, it's celebrity. He's dumb.
Let's depress people instead even more. I was reading this crazy article today about the death of Matthew Perry. He had 5 people were arrested this week two of them doctors, and he overdosed on ketamine. And
Oh,
so this
Matthew
tough,
Perry.
yeah,
When did he
and
die? He died last year.
yeah, in his hot tub.
Okay. Okay. That's right.
Yeah, and so they go through the final month. Like he died. What day did he die? I don't know, what, the 28th of October?
Oh, okay. So it's coming up on a year this year.
Yeah,
So the very
October
successful
28th.
Matthew Perry from the very successful TV show Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And he's still fairly young too, right? How old was he? 50
54.
something? 5'4". Okay.
So this was crazy. The final month is crazy. So September 30th, him and his personal assistant. Now his personal assistant is Kenneth Owamasa. And they met at his home with a Dr. Salvador Placencia. So he's been getting ketamine treatments for depression, which they say is a
Salvador.
common off-label use. But he wasn't able to get as much as he wanted. So Placencia, his doctor, texted a friend in San Diego, Mark Chavez, who said he could get him ketamine. Uh, and the doctor texted Chavez, I wonder how much this moron will pay.
So
So, all right, so you're following so far. So then
wait. Who said that? The doctor said that?
the doctor texted to the
The
friend in
doctor
San
text that to
Diego.
Chavez. How much? I wonder how much.
Yeah. So,
I wonder how much this moron will pay.
yeah.
Oh
So the
wow. Oh
doctor
yeah,
went
he's
and got
ethically
it from
yeah.
the San Diego friend, and then he went and the assistant, who's Owamasa, paid him $4,500 in cash for the vials of ketamine, and then the doctor gave Matthew Perry 2 injections of the ketamine, and then showed his assistant on how to give future injections to him. So then October 2nd, let's see, they wanted
Didn't this guy
more.
take the Hippocratic oath?
I don't know,
Right.
dude. So on October 4th, the assistant injects him for the first time. He texted the doctor he found the sweet spot to put the needle into his boss, but they're trying different spots on Perry had left them running out and needed more vials. So
I mean, how much is he giving him? How much? This is
I don't
crazy.
know, man. I know. So
This is crazy.
then 2 days later, the assistant told the doctor, we're running low, we need more. So then they had 2 more days. October 8th, they had a late night meetup in Santa Monica Shopping Plaza. Dr. Plancia sold the assistant 4 vials of ketamine for $6,000 in cash. 2 days later, the assistant drove
$600.
Matthew 6,000. You hear me? 6,000. Okay.
Oh, $6,000. I'm sorry, Sal. Real quick, my connection is unstable right now. Like something's
Yeah,
going on, but
man.
you're like,
You keep,
is it
yeah,
same for
you
you?
keep, no, well, from your angle, yeah. But all right, well,
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah.
I'll keep talking and you let me know when you hear what you hear.
Okay, I hear you. Go ahead now. $6,000
Okay, so
for
then the
four
assistant
files.
drove Matthew Perry to a public parking lot in Long Beach, where they met up with the doctor. He sold him more ketamine and injected Perry while the actor sat in the car. Oof.
And this is for depression? Ketamine is for
I
depression?
don't know. I mean, I used ketamine when I used to work at a lab
What is ketamine?
In Cleveland, and it's a rat tranquilizer.
It's a what?
A rat tranquilizer.
Oh, okay.
So we would use it to put the rats down.
Okay,
And
so
then
I
they
just
would do
looked up what is
surgery on them, and then yeah, they'd wake up.
all right, here we go. I just looked up ketamine, and it says ketamine is a dissociative anesthetic used medically for induction and maintenance of anesthesia. It is also used as a treatment for depression and pain management. It is a compound that was derived from phenylethylamine in 1962 in pursuit of a safer anesthetic with fewer hallucinogenic effects. Addiction liability, moderate to high, and Yeah, monograph, whatever that means. Okay. All right.
Okay,
So
so here's the thing, dude. So now another doctor enters the situation. Okay.
okay.
So the
Okay.
assistant needed more, so he reached out to a friend of Matthew Perry. It's called Eric Fleming, and this guy messaged the assistant, said he could get ketamine from a woman he knows. This woman is Jasveen Sangha, and her customers know her as the ketamine queen. And she only deals with high-end celebs. She gets great stuff. The doctor went to Perry's house. Placencia went there. He was paid $21,000 in cash, some of it for previous ketamine, injected Perry. Perry got a sample the next day of the ketamine queen's kind. He got 25 vials of it for $5,000, $5,500. Oh man. So his last legal treatment was October 20th. Okay, so then the final week, his assistant got another 25 vials for 6 grand. Jesus, dude. I mean, how many are you going through?
well, I just saw a thing that said the half-life for ketamine was 2.5 hours or
I
something.
don't
So
know.
it doesn't last very long.
Is that
I
what it
guess you get
is?
high. Yeah, you get high, I guess. And then like I don't fully understand, right? Like I know, like I've talked to people who've done cocaine. I've talked to people who've done meth. I know people who smoke weed. Um, and so I have an idea of how those things affect you, right? But I don't understand what ketamine does. If it's for pain relief and depression, it is like, what does it do, right? Like, are you getting numb? Are you getting high? Right? Are you just feeling nothing and like sleeping? Like,
Yeah, I know. And
what is?
anytime you inject stuff into your right and directly into the bloodstream, that's could be pretty dangerous. Because that's
Oh
the
yeah, that's
quickest,
gonna hit.
fastest way to get to the
Yeah,
heart.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I, I guess I just got to do more research on ketamine. I don't fully understand,
All right, well,
and the
here's
amount.
the
I mean the well, and the amount that he's doing. I mean,
yeah, I
25
don't get it.
vials,
Yeah, but who knows how
four
big
vials.
a
Like he's.
vial is?
I mean, they're usually like this big, right? But you're only
I
supposed
don't
to you
know.
stick the needle in, you pull out so many milligrams, and then you
Yeah.
inject it. And it's supposed to last for like, yeah, man. Call me. I just don't know about this stuff
All right,
in
well,
regards to
here's the
what he's
sad final
experiencing.
day, dude. Here's his final day. All right. So at 8:30 in the morning, um, acting at Matthew Perry's direction, using syringes from both Dr. Placencia and the ketamine queen Sangha, the assistant gave Perry an injection. Then about 11 a.m., Perry played pickleball, though many elements of that initial story changed in later talks with the assistant. About 12:45 p.m., the assistant gave Perry a second shot of the day, and the actor began watching a movie. Shortly before 1:30 p.m., the assistant gave Perry his third and final injection of the day, while Perry sat at his backyard jacuzzi. Shoot me up with a big one, the assistant remembered Perry telling him. The assistant then left to run errands. When he returned about 4 p.m., Perry was face down in the jacuzzi. He jumped in, pulled him out, called 911. Paramedics arrived and declared him dead. Investigators would say ketamine was the primary cause of his death, drowning secondary. Sad, dude.
Okay,
This
so that last day, that's sad. So let's replay this one more time. So that last day at 8 a.m., he gets his first injection, or he got the
yeah.
call at 8 a.m.
No, 8:30,
and
yeah, he got the
and the
first
call
one.
was at
No call,
so
dude. The
8:30 he got the
first,
first injection, and then he
yeah,
went to go play pickleball.
yeah,
I'm sorry, because you're
yeah.
cutting out, so it's hard for me to follow. But
Now you're correct so far.
okay, so he got the call at 8:30. Okay, he got the call at 8. First injection was at 8:30, right?
Right.
And then
8:30.
he played pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second injection was at what time?
Like 12:45 before a movie.
Okay, so 12:45. So from 8:30 to 12:45. Okay,
And then
so like
and the
4.
final one was at 1:30, and that's when he was getting ready to go in the jacuzzi. Got
So wait,
a
he got two injections back to back, 12:30 and
like within
1:45. So
45 minutes, within an hour, yeah.
within an hour. Now the first one was from 8:30 to 12:45. So you're looking
Right.
at 4 hours there,
Right.
right?
So it's definitely different.
And yeah, and then you give him one at 12,
Maybe it was too
or
close back to back. I don't know.
no, it had to be because he said, and make this a big one. Hey man, this is where
It's tough too though, because that's your boss.
yeah, but no, but you have to be able to say no,
Yeah.
right? Like you got to go, no, I like this is for one, I'm not a doctor. This ain't my job.
Right.
I'm not a doctor.
So the
I'm not,
assistant and
yeah,
the
I'm not a,
friends have they declared they said they were guilty, but the two doctors now are pleading not guilty. So and they're the ones who get the more serious fine or
what do
jail
you mean? How
time.
can you plead not guilty? You facilitated, you picked up and delivered, you got paid. You're a
Yeah.
doctor. You have knowledge of this. Look, you have a prescription pad that you can write, but you couldn't do that because he had reached the maximum amount that he could have. So then you went outside the channels to
Right.
get more. And to even the comment of like, how much will this idiot pay or his fool pay or whatever you called him? That right there goes to show that he knew what the hell he was doing.
Right. And they
Yo, you
didn't
can't.
care. They didn't know. They didn't care.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, kill me with this shit. It's like, you're doing something wrong. And then you get caught and you're like, hey, I'm innocent. I ain't do no, motherfucker, you facilitated.
Right.
You facilitated. You made the
Right.
call, right? Like you made this shit happen. And then you continue to make it happen.
Right.
And then the queen, the ketamine queen,
Shit's crazy.
she like, I'm
Apartment
I'm
here in
just trying
North
to get paid.
Hollywood.
Is she in this whole thing too? Like, have they caught
Yeah.
her?
Oh yeah, no, they're both the doctors. She's one of the two. They're both been
Oh,
accused.
she's a doctor. The ketamine
That's what
queen
they
is a
say. I
doctor.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I could look up the
Oh,
details.
dude, this is
It's crazy
crazy.
though, right?
Yeah, like for doctors, right? Like, okay, so let me just throw this out here. One of the issues in the US is that a lot of people become doctors because they want to make a lot of money,
Hmm.
right? And not because they have a genuine need or desire to help people. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? In
Right.
other parts of the world, doctors don't get paid as much as they get paid over here, right? Because it's not about the money, it's about the job and helping people, helping others. It's the same thing of like, if you become a police officer, it's not because you got some ego and you're trying to fight something. It's got to be because you
Right.
genuinely want to help people.
Or you
Meet
because you
ketamine
only got
queen.
C's in high school.
That's funny. Meet ketamine queen, Jasveen Sangha, who supplied the drug to Matthew Perry. According to prosecutor, Sangha has been supplying ketamine from her stash house since at least 2019. Estrada called her Los Angeles home a drug selling emporium. Dude, just look at this.
Crazy,
Honestly,
man.
it's crazy, but you know what? I got to tell you, whenever a little part of me, whenever there's drug related shit and it's like this, I'm just happy it's not black people. I'm like, you know, but the problem is, and the thing that sucks is that black people we get got for the petty crimes, the low level shit, right?
Right.
Right. Like
Not
on the corner,
emporiums.
not emporiums, right? So when everybody want to talk about, black people do this and black people do that, yeah, we on the bottom of the totem pole doing dumb shit. The people at the top, they don't be looking like us.
No.
They be
They not like
it
us.
be yeah, they not like us. It'd be somebody else completely different running the whole a drug house emporium. Holy shit. Well,
Crazy, dude.
yeah, and
Crazy.
so now,
So
but you know
God
what
bless
though?
you, Matthew Perry, though. That is a bummer way.
Hey man, but look, he is implicit in his own demise. He's asking
Right, but
for
it's
it.
also he's addicted, and you
He's
could say
addicted. Yeah,
that's an illness.
he needed
Um,
help.
there was a
Same
sad thing. This guy
thing with,
was, are you there?
I was gonna say Mitch Hedberg. Yeah.
Oh, right, right. Well, this just happened the other day. There's this comedian named Perry Kurz. He was like older comic and he was like friends on Facebook and stuff. And he has his name on the wall at the Comedy Store. And he did a show up in North Hollywood. And he like you can see on his Facebook, he's a promote going, I'm gonna do the show tonight. And then he was crossing the street after the show and a car hit him and killed him, dude. It's
Oh,
fucking
wow.
sad. Yeah, man. It's sad as fuck, dude. It
How
could
old was
happen
he?
anytime. I'm not sure, but yeah,
I
everyone's
mean,
kind of
but
bummed in the community about that.
but that's, that's life, right? Shit happens in life, right? No, seriously. No, 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 no. I
Reggie
mean,
Steele.
I'm sorry. Look, I don't want to be insensitive, right? I don't want to be insensitive
Sure
because
sounds like it.
no, I'm not trying to be insensitive. It's just that that's unfortunate and I'm sorry, condolences to his friends and family that lost him, right? And I'm sorry for their loss. But that's a situation where, you're going out, you do a thing, you cross the street, someone makes a mistake, they're distracted, maybe they run a red light, or maybe he was jaywalking. Either way it goes, it's one of those things where it's like it it happened, unfortunately. But for Matthew Perry being addicted and the amount of people that were involved in his demise,
That's the
doctors,
sad thing. Yeah.
that's the sad, like on in any given point throughout that journey, someone could have said no. A doctor could have said, well, no, I can't, you know what? You've reached the legal amount. I can't give you more. But instead of doing that, he made a call. The assistant could have said, hey, look, I've already shot you up twice today. That's enough. Well, at least let's wait till later. Right. Like
Right.
there are different places. Or Matthew Perry. Now, it's one thing if the assistant goes, I gave him a couple shots and I was like, okay, that's enough. And then he went and did it on his own.
Right.
Right. Now that's another thing, but even still facilitating it and getting the drug to the person that is addicted and out of control,
Mm-hmm.
right? And can't handle themselves in a certain way. That's a completely different thing too. A guy walking across the street. Look, man, one of my uncles, shout out to my uncle OG. Uncle OG was at church one Sunday crossing the street and a guy ran a light and hit him in the crosswalk. And
Mm.
he didn't die immediately, but those injuries led to his death. And it was a crazy thing that people make mistakes and things happen, right? It was
Yeah.
unfortunate, but it wasn't like he saw a car coming and he ran out there. He's playing dodge with the cars and shit like that. Like, it's just shit happens. So sorry about the loss of the comedian. That's unfortunate, but
Yeah,
Matthew
it's
Perry,
always
people could have
sad.
helped. Yeah, same
No,
thing
they
with Mitch
totally could
Hedberg.
have.
Remember with Mitch Hedberg,
Right.
he was using, and his manager could have stopped him from traveling and told him to go home and do a thing, but he just kept booking dates. And I'm not gonna put it on the manager. It's just that I don't know, man. Sometimes you just got to say no. Like, yeah, I can't do that anymore. Or
Yep.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
All right,
Addiction
I'm
is a
gonna
real
wrap up,
thing.
Rich. I gotta pee, but I'm gonna wrap up with something kind of funny that I experienced this week while I was telling you about the short film I was shooting. And I put a little clip online, but the first
Okay.
time I did this, there's the first day. I mean, we're talking about someone being kind of bitchy and stuff. The second day, there was all these adults, and they were like, this woman was like, "What are y'all doing here?" And they're like, "Oh, they're filming a thing." And she's like, "Oh, I wish they would have let the board know this was happening."
Oh wow, really?
But the
She
first
was
day,
upset.
yeah, it was ridiculous. And the first day, though, we were shooting, and it was school was across the street. And during recess, all the kids ran up to the fence to watch what we're filming, right? And the first time, these two kids were doing it, and the one kid goes, "What are y'all filming?" And I go, "Iron Man 4." And they go, "Iron Man 4?"
That's funny.
Oh, dude,
That's
so I
funny.
was having fun with it because, like,
Uh,
the first times these other
can you
kids asked, and the one kid's trying to explain it, I'm like, "No, dude, have fun with it. Don't just try this something they don't understand."
right? Wait, hold up. So the short that you were filming, can you talk about what it is or what it was or when will it be out?
Nah, I don't think my buddy wants me to, but I don't know. But well, he's got
Okay.
to go to New York and film the rest of it. So this was the
Okay.
LA parts, but we'll see. But yeah,
All right.
it
Well,
was
that's
pretty
good.
simple. I just played a basketball fan, you know.
Okay. That wasn't hard for you. You didn't have
No,
to
no,
channel. You didn't
yeah.
have to.
So
You
it's
have to come up with a
nice.
backstory.
It's
Yeah.
right
Um.
down my boulevard.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad to hear it. I love. Look, I've always said when you were in the Bay, um, you were booked regularly for acting gigs, right? Which you had a knack for and
Times
you did
have
well. I mean,
changed.
everyone talked about your
The
right.
times have changed.
Um, and you also did a really good job of creating your own content, right? I mean, and some pretty elaborate and big things in the sense of like the production value of those things. Lucifer's crew cut I remember watching that and I was thinking, wow, it's so stylized, and the lighting.
Yeah, that was good.
and
That
the
camera was
direction.
like the best camera you could get at the time.
Yeah, and I mean, it looked like it. It was phenomenal, and that was something that
Yeah.
you put together with some other people, right? You
Right.
orchestrated that, made that happen. So, I think you do have a natural talent for that. Um, I think it is one of your strong suits, one of the strong things about you personally, like and if you could do more of that, even if it's just getting back into the idea of creating more content,
Right.
I think that's one of your
That's a
callings,
good
bro. I'm
thing.
just saying,
That's a good thing.
you
I
got
feel
you
you.
got the new computer and you got the iPhone. That's all you need. Get a ring light,
That's
come up
true.
with
I
a
got
script. It's a
that.
wrap.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
buddy.
all
Wrap
right. Well,
us
I'm
up,
looking forward to
man.
seeing it when it comes out.
Yeah, I'll keep you
Okay.
posted.
Okay, please do. So we're gonna wrap up. Today was interesting. Today was a lot of. It was Trump, and then there was mental crisis, and then there's Matthew Perry and ketamine. There's some death and dying and screaming, and
Darker
man, and then
way.
the ignorance of black and black MAGA, which is an oxymoron. Doesn't My brain can't even comprehend those two things. But this is the world we live in, and these are the things that are happening. It ain't gonna happen forever, I promise you. As crazy as it is right now, this too shall pass, right? And we'll go on to the next. So, with that being said, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. That would be great. We'd really appreciate it. Also, if you have any ideas or some feelings, positive or negative, leave a comment. We'd love to hear it. Thank you for tuning in. That's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele, and this is Spitballin. Peace.